3 surprising ways that you can hack your mind when you're feeling anxious, you're feeling stressed, or you're lost in overthinking, and you just want to feel calm, confident, and in control. My name is Paul Sheppard. I am your coach, and I'm the host of the Ultimate Mindset Change podcast. I use these with my clients, and I use them on myself, and I wanted to share them with you today. Now, these 3 hacks impact the default mode network part of the brain, which fuels your ego, your false self, and its narratives. So when you quieten down your default mode network, you can begin to experience another level of consciousness, which we call the true self, that lies beneath the noise of your distracted ego mind. And this is where your insights, your creativity, your gut instinct, your inner guidance, and your confidence and clarity can come from, which is a game changer for how you create your happiness and success in life. Now, these 3 hacks are an incredible way to get relief from an anxious and stressed out mind. But the 3rd could change the way you experience your life and reality forever. I'm not kidding. It really can have quite the impact. So the first hack is peripheral vision. So simple to do, and yet so powerful with its impact. Let's just take a deep breath for a moment. As you breathe out, soften your face, unclench your jaw, relax your neck and shoulders, and breathe slow and low down to the belly. Let's just calm everything down. Softly gaze in my direction. Still focusing forward, begin to expand slowly your field of vision as far left and as far right of you as you possibly can, so you move into peripheral vision. Make sure you're still focusing forward, but aware now of your full landscape. And just notice what happens to your mind. Notice the peace, the stillness, how quiet the mind becomes. And this is because your default mode network is quietening down. The ego and its narratives becoming silent. And you can experience the peace, the stillness, the space that's always available to you beyond the noise of your distracted mind. And get a sense of how that feels. Making sure you're still breathing down to the belly. That triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, moving your body into rest and digest. And you can take this a little further just by noticing the pause at the end of the breath before you breathe back in. Experiencing another level of peace, of quiet. And it's here. The more time you spend in this peace and stillness, in this space, that you'll finally begin to hear what you have to say from your true self. So this is something worth spending your time on. The more you practice, the deeper it gets. So hack number 2 comes from spiritual teacher Eckhart Tolle. And I recorded this a couple of years ago in short form video, and it went viral. Millions of people watched, lots of people responded, and the results were absolutely fascinating. So I'm curious as to what you will experience doing this with me too. So if you're ready, let's just take a nice big deep breath. As you breathe out, soften your face again and clench your jaw. Relax your neck and shoulders. Breathe slow and low down to the belly. Let's just calm everything down. And then move your attention to inside your mind and observe what happens when you ask this powerful question. I wonder what my next thought will be. What happened? The question, I wonder what my next thought will be. Powerful. When you begin to look for the thought, you notice that no thought appears. Nothing. Have you noticed that when you look for the thought, no thought appears? There's space, blankness, stillness. So you've interrupted your thought loop. The default mode network has quietened down. So there's again stillness. Ask again. I wonder what my next thought will be. And look for the thought like a cat watching for a mouse. Powerful to do. Interrupts your thought loops. Great to do, by the way, if you wake up in the middle of the night and your mind is chatting away and you just want to give yourself a little break. Ask that question and you can do it repeatedly and watch what happens. And finally, as promised, hack number 3, the game changer. Now, the implications of this hack go way beyond breaking free of any type of negative loop inside your mind. So please be gentle with this. I'm also going to ask you in a moment to think about any type of negative narrative you have about yourself or about anything else you've got going on, anyone else, worries, issues. Choose something of low intensity, just until you get a sense of how this works. And then you can choose something that's a bit more intense at some point in the future. If you're ready to give this a go, do this with me right now. Let's take a deep breath. And as you breathe out, soften your face, unclench your jaw, relax your neck and shoulders, and breathe slow and low down to the belly. Let's just calm everything right down. Move your attention to inside your mind and begin to bring to the surface one of your negative worries, narratives, anything that you've got going on of low intensity. And as they begin to arise, observe again what happens when you ask this powerful question. Who is my mind actually talking to? What happened? What did you notice happening to your thoughts? Did it go silent again? Did you have that spaciousness, that peace? Or did you have a realization about what was happening inside your head in the first place? Asking the question when you have any type of negative narrative happening inside your head, asking the question, who's my mind actually talking to? When you become lost in thought, can help you break through the illusion of what's appearing inside your head. Because I bet you most of it is actually irrelevant. Nothing at all to do with what is happening in the here and now, which is the most important moment of your life. But it's so easy with an overstimulated default mode network to get drawn into your mind, into the past, into the future, to replay scenarios, to predict the worst, to worry, to stress out. caught in a mental prison. And asking the question, who's my mind actually talking to, can help break you free. Not only does it stop the default mode network, but you can begin to have that deep realization that what's happening inside your head is nothing but an illusion. And you can shift your attention back into the most important moment of your life, the here and now. So practice that. Practice it repeatedly. When you get lost in here, ask the question. Watch what happens. Another great place to practice this, by the way, is in meditation. When you're sat there meditating and your mind is wandering and recreating scenarios, ask yourself, who's my mind actually talking to? Come back to the now. If you're in bed and you've woken up in the middle of the night and your mind again is replaying scenarios, going over old ground or worrying about the future, who is my mind actually talking to? Get a sense of what happens for you. Break through the illusion. Do the work to set yourself free. Let me know what happened for you in the comments from any of the hacks that you explored today. It will be great to hear from you. And if you're serious about breaking free from the limitations of your mind, then check out the next video. It is a real wake-up call. And if you've not yet subscribed to this video channel, please do, because I promise you, you do not want to miss out on the content that is coming your way.